Hey everyone, so this is my review of Once Upon a Time Season 6 Episode 1 called The Savior. And basically what this episode is about is that the whole team tries to stop Hyde, and meanwhile, while doing that, Emma starts to feel these weird kind of side effects and starts having these weird visions. And all Storybrooke is now having to deal with all these refugees from the land of untold stories. And Regina and Zelena become roommates, and Rumpelstiltskin tries to enlist help from this mysterious stranger to help him to wake up Belle. And this was an interesting and kind of fun episode, but this episode didn't really have much to it. And one of the main things that kind of bugged me was throughout this whole break from the end of Season 5 to this now beginning of Season 6, they were talking about how all this would be exciting having Aladdin around and doing all this stuff with Aladdin. But then he was barely in this episode, and even when he was in this episode, he didn't even really talk, I don't think. And he was really only in the beginning. And then they made like subtle little references to Agrabah here and there in the episode, but still it wasn't as much of Aladdin and Agrabah kind of material as I was expecting there to be. I did like the little reference to the Little Red Bird, which could easily be Iago, but they didn't fully say whether or not it is Iago, and even if it was, that's kind of confusing for how he fits into this story, if it is. Because the fact that this Little Red Bird was tied to this mysterious oracle who didn't make much sense in my head, because not a lot of the fairy tales that they've had so far have had an oracle in the stories at all, so I'm curious to know where this oracle connects to this broader story, and hopefully that they make a connection with her. Because otherwise it's kind of weird to have this mysterious little kid oracle and not have them be tied into the greater story or have a story at all. Because I don't remember an oracle in Aladdin like they showed her being there with Aladdin. So where does she gonna eventually tie in and make herself work in all these stories? I'm very curious to see. I did really like the sort of connection that Regina made where she made the comment on the characters from the Land of Untold Stories and how they were not all that great for the fact that they chose to go to this land and run away from finishing their stories. And how that's a terrible idea and all this stuff, but then as she went on, she said that she realized that that's what she did for a long time. And then that's the reason kind of why she made that first curse in the very first season, was so then she could escape from her story. And all the story and all the reputation of the evil queen. She made the curse to escape from that, so she was basically doing the same thing that these people who ran away to the Land of Untold Stories was doing. And then the other thing that kind of bugged me in this episode is Regina and Zelena's relationship. For the fact that the whole last chunk of Season 5 was all about Regina and Zelena gaining a relationship and kind of becoming friends and sisters and all this stuff. But then at this first episode of the 6th season, they hate each other again, so like, what is the relationship and what's going on between the two of them? Because it just keeps bouncing back and forth from them being complete friends and complete sisters and family and all this stuff to them absolutely hating each other. So what is going on with their relationship is something I really kind of want to know. And all the parts with Rumpelstiltskin and him going into the dream world to try and wake up Belle was very interesting in how it all went down, and I'm kind of curious to know why in Belle's dream world she still views herself as a slave to Rumpelstiltskin. And it was kind of sweet and kind of cute how they went about having Belle sort of change her mind again about Rumpelstiltskin. And then the twist ending of how the things sort of ended between Belle and Rumpelstiltskin was also really interesting and kind of something that I was not expecting, so I'm very happy about that. And just overall, this was a very interesting episode and one that I kind of had fun watching, but it was not the greatest of episodes that I was expecting this episode to be. So yeah, that's my review of Once Upon a Time Season 6 Episode 1 called The Savior. So yeah. Bye!